Holidays nale, adu namma GT Holidays da. GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
Nemmadi Property Management. Contact 7667008999.
The murderers of Bilkis Bano's family were let out in a few years. And later on it was found through RTI that the union government had okayed the release before the Gujarat government could do it. Whereas those from other states continue to rot in prison. India is doing it simply because India thinks that every problem, every political problem is a law and order problem. So first they want to solve this within the Union of India, and now they attempted to go there in a third country and kill somebody whom they did not like. So when they want to challenge what Hardeep Singh Nijjar was doing as a Canadian citizen, peacefully fighting for the right to self-determination of the people of Punjab, they would say, no, when he was in Punjab, he was a terrorist.
India thought he was a separatist.
What is wrong in being a peaceful separatist? In Canada, they have given the right to the people of Quebec to have an election to decide whether they want to separate or not.
They told that Justin Trudeau is doing these things because for only the Sikhs votes for him.
Yes. Suppose he is doing that. What are you doing? You are building the Ram Mandir temple in Ayodhya, and you will now time it just 1 month before the elections.
If you stand by alone means you will be the B team of the BJP.
Yeah,
you will be the spoiler of this India alliance. That is the allegation.
Yeah, they will always come up with, if Simranjeet Singh Mann in Punjab contests elections, right? The Akali Dal will say he's an agent of the Congress, right?
If he stand alone, and even he wants the 40 seats in Tamilnadu, okay, what will be the change in India? If the India alliance has not come?
We are worried more about the change at the state level, at the federal level. We want to push our own rights. I cannot compromise my rights at the altar of a bigger right. I cannot do that. My rights are more important.
ஃபோர்த் எஸ்டேட் தமிழ் நேயர்களுக்கு அருள்மொழிவர்மனின் அன்பார்ந்த வணக்கங்கள். இன்று நம்முடைய ஃபோர்த் எஸ்டேட் தமிழ் ஊடகத்தின் பெரிதனும் பெருதுகள் நிகழ்ச்சியில் நம்மோடு ஒரு சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் கலந்திருக்கிறார். நம்முடைய தமிழ் அவருக்கு பரிச்சயம் கிடையாது, அவருடைய மொழி நமக்கு பரிச்சயம் கிடையாது. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால நம்ம இந்த நேர்காணலை ஆங்கிலத்தில் உரையாட போகிறோம். ஸோ வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு இன்வைட் ரெஸ்பெக்டட் மிஸ்டர் ஜக்மோகன் சிங். ஹீ இஸ் தி ஹியூமன் ரைட் ஆக்டிவிஸ்ட் அண்ட் pioneer Sikh Tamil Relations, convener of the Sikh Collective and the editor of the World Sikh News, the respected Mr. Jagmohan Singh. Vanakkam sir.
Vanakkam.
I am very pleasure to invite you to our Fourth Estate Tamil channel's interview.
Yes.
So I am very grateful to.
Thank you.
It's a very great opportunity.
My pleasure.
My pleasure, sir. So, why you came to Chennai and Tamil Nadu? What is the reason?
I'm here in Tamil Nadu today in Chennai to participate in the memorial function of late Tada Chandrasekharan. He was a dear friend of mine. He was a lawyer who fought for the underdogs. He was a Tamil nationalist, committed to coming together of Sikhs and Tamils and fostering Sikh-Tamil relationship.
Okay.
So today evening there is a memorial function in his honor, and I've come to pay my tributes to him.
So very nice to hear from you. Sir, actually we can't able to understand the Punjabi currently, and but I know the relationships between the Sikh and Tamil, but I want to know more about what are all the similarities you have seen between Tamil and Sikhs, sir.
So it's a very interesting angle which has been explored in the past also, but not consistently. So I see it in this way. Sikhs are a martial race. Tamils are also a martial race. Sikhs love their language. Even the Tamils respect their language, which is maybe 2,000 years old or more. And as has been rightly discovered, it is even a forerunner to Sanskrit. It's much before that. We have also fought for our rights. We continue to fight for our rights. And similarly, the Tamils also continue to fight for their rights with the union government and with whichever government comes to power. So, what I see is that these two nationalities have a commitment towards their own people.
Okay.
And it is this people's commitment which I think when two communities or two, I don't even see them as communities, I say that two nationalities.
Nationalities.
So when these two nationalities come together, then it will be a more better and coordinated fight to achieve our rights. There should be more love, there will be more love and bonding between the two nations. Then, for which I believe that there should be student exchange programs. There should be language issues which should be discussed in a more serious manner. As I was speaking to you earlier, Tamils want that Tamil should become the court language of the Madras High Court.
Yes.
So similarly, we also want that Punjabi should become the language of the Punjab High Court. So in this way, you also have a very distinct martial arts tradition. Similarly, we also have. So it is this historical similarity and inclusive approach. There is no, practically there may be a caste system. I don't know much about the caste system among the Tamils, but there may be one there. There is in our case also, though religiously and as far as the doctrine is concerned, there is not supposed to be a caste system, but we do also have amongst our people.
Okay.
But there is a major difference between how we treat people and how other communities treat people. So I think that it is now time that these two nationalities and even more people from Kashmir, people from Nagaland, Manipur, the scheduled castes, all those who are at the receiving end from the state, it's time for them to come together.
Actually, the state autonomous thought process of Tamilnadu is already spoken in our former CM, CN Annadurai also told about the state autonomy.
Just as Annadurai started the campaign for true federalism.
Yes, federalism.
India is a union of states.
Yes.
The problems that we see today in terms of mismanagement and lack of democracy is because the union wants to become a center. It's not supposed to be central government. It's a union government. And when the union government tries things which are wrong, then naturally there is going to be a lot of noise, lot of protests, lot of concerns. So the Sikhs also, the major political party, the Shromani Akali Dal, way back in the 1970s, drafted the Anandpur Sahib resolution.
Okay.
The Anandpur Sahib resolution sought true autonomy for states.
True federalism.
True federalism, saying that currency, defense, such things can be the domain of the union. Everything else you should leave it to the states to govern. Governance has to be at the local levels. So now what we are seeing is there is too much of concentration of power. In the name of Punjab being a border state, 1/3 of Punjab today is governed from the center. NIA can go anytime, anywhere, arrest anybody, make any allegation and throw them anywhere.
They have the power.
They have the power to do that. Now, it is these things which are the main reasons for discord between the two, between the union and the states. And we see that you are facing a problem of water because of the equitable distribution of Kaveri waters.
Yeah.
The union government is saying we will now join all the rivers of India and we'll have one water. These are problems. This approach by itself is a very negative approach.
Definitely, exactly.
So these are also the similarities between the two states and nations and nationalities. Yeah. At least you have a Madras High Court. We don't even have a court of our own. It is still Punjab and Haryana High Court. For the last 50 years, we share the court and we also share the capital. Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab.
Yeah.
It is the capital of Haryana, and technically it is a union territory. We don't have our own capital. This is how governance is happening from the center, and that creates more problems. That creates acrimony amongst the people. Why should our basic and fundamental rights be taken away? Right to water. Just as you are fighting, our water goes to Haryana, it goes to Rajasthan, it goes to Himachal Pradesh, it goes to Delhi, and we are starving for water. So it is the problems in these two states and the person or the union government, whichever party's government, they being responsible for this, it is all the more reason that the Sikhs and Tamils and Punjab and Tamil Nadu must come together and fight this out.
Actually, you saw the actions taken by Tamil Nadu for the recent times. You can see the anti-NEET propaganda, because the state government itself is against the NEET proposal, and NEET is a social injustice is the concept of the DMK and the people of power in Tamil Nadu. So what's your opinion and what's your way of approach and what's your opinion on this?
I personally think that NEET must go away, not only from Tamil Nadu but from the whole country.
Oh, from whole country?
Yes. The method in which these tests are conducted, right? A child after 12th class is forced to learn physics and chemistry, and he wants to apply for a medical exam. What has got physics and chemistry got to do with? He should be trained in human biology and other related sciences, if at all such an exam has to be conducted. But then the 12th marks should be enough to decide. It is social injustice, as you rightly pointed out. It is to the disadvantage of the rural population. It is to the disadvantage of the poor students who can't afford fees of all the coaching centers which has mushroomed and have become millionaires out of the NEET program and even the earlier programs. The government wants to make the competition to apply for medical exams so strict that only a few get chosen, whereas this country needs millions of doctors and other healthcare professionals. So why can't you make this system easy and have more doctors? So unfortunately, Tamil Nadu is still fighting this alone. Punjab is not implementing it.
Because
Punjab is not even taking it up. No other state, not many other states are making big noise about it.
What is the reason on this? I am asking the same question. Tamil Nadu is the only state which is giving the voice to anti-NEET propaganda. But where is another states? Why they are very silent on this action?
I wouldn't know why they are silent, but I know that they are silent. Various lobbies work in different ways in different states. So whether it is the tuitions lobby or the coaching classes lobby which ensures that, or you see, the government through its various laws and its propaganda suppresses dissent.
Okay.
Students are afraid, activists are afraid, and they are so fearful that they don't want to jeopardize their careers. Governments and colleges become vindictive. They take action against students if they protest over small things. I'm just giving you a few of those reasons. So I'm glad that the government here is determined to do this, and I think it is a poser for other governments to follow this, so that education must be equal, must be affordable, and it should be for all. No doubt there will be competition between good students and mediocre students and bad students, but the opportunity has to be equitable.
Recently, I saw your poster about the M&N20 summit. What was the reason for that? That event actually didn't happen, right? In
Yes.
Delhi, you have planned.
So we had G20 in Delhi on the 9th and 10th of September. And as I told you, I believe that, and I strongly believe that all nationalities and minorities must come together.
Okay, M&N means
Minorities and nationalities.
Okay.
Right? Because there are minorities who are not nationalities in that sense of the term. Right? Minorities also includes people who are scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, right? And of course, amongst the scheduled tribes also there are nationalities.
There are some nationalities.
There are some nationalities like in Nagaland and in Manipur and even in parts of Assam. So we thought that it's a big democratic event. So let us also have a very big democratic effort by making Muslims are not allowed to express themselves the way they should be expressing. There's a fear psychosis which has been forced upon them. Kashmir has been shut out totally. So we thought that a few days before the event, let us have a meeting in Delhi and let us all say that please do something about this. We tell these 20 countries, please do something about this also.
Okay.
Let's talk about the inclusive approach. Let's talk about the lack of education opportunity, the suppression of human rights, the suppression of dissent. There are so many people in prison. Their terms are over, but they are still in prison. They are Sikh prisoners, they are Kashmiri prisoners, there are civil rights activists, right? In Maharashtra, in Delhi. So we wanted to present this to the G20. We were given permission to do that on the 7th of September at the Constitution Club. Permission means we had booked the Constitution Club because the Constitution Club said that from 8th onwards we are closed. Then suddenly on 6th morning they say that no, your permission has been withdrawn by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, who is the official head of the Constitution Club, because we are closing down Constitution Club from 7th onwards.
Because of the G20 summit.
Because of the G. So that was ostensibly the reason they cited. But I think, you see, they don't want democracy to function.
I can understand. You can see the recent developments on India and Canada relationship. Recently, now the current situation is what's happening is India sent back the Canadian authority from India, and simultaneously Canada also did the same because of the Hardeep Singh Nijjar's murder case. Canada told that Hardeep Singh Nijjar's murder case, the Indian agents are involved.
Yes.
So that was the allegation put by Canadian PM Mr. Justin Trudeau.
Yes.
So that is the problem in the current situation. So what's your opinion on this allegation, and what's your evaluation on these two governments' action?
If a country's prime minister stands inside the parliament and makes such a big allegation against another government, then obviously Justin Trudeau must have done his homework. His investigative agencies must have given him enough data to make this statement in the parliament. India has a very huge image. India is a peaceful country. India does not torture. These are the statements which we give out.
Secular country.
Secular country, quote unquote secular, quote unquote peaceful, quote unquote democratic, quote unquote we don't torture people. But we know practically what happens in our police stations from Punjab to Tamil Nadu to Nagaland to Delhi to Gujarat. The murderers of Bilkis Bano's family were let out in a few years. And later on it was found through RTI that the government, the union government had okayed the release before the Gujarat government could do it. Whereas those from other states continue to rot in prison. Those of them who were Sri Lankan citizens are still in a refugee camp here. Why this kind of discrimination in justice? Why does the executive and the judiciary take such a long time to decide on matters? These people have spent 3 decades in prison and they have been honorably acquitted, let off. They have been allowed to leave. They have been discharged. So please let them go to their respective homes wherever they want to go. So similarly, when Justin Trudeau says that India is involved in the murder of a Canadian citizen, obviously he must have done his homework very well. He must be having all those details. So it is not for me to even say that whether he has done his homework properly or not. He has made a big allegation. This allegation is based on facts. India and Canada must sit down together and decide how they want to resolve the campaign by the Sikh diaspora. What is the reason behind all this? Why is India doing this? That is what you will be more concerned about. One is the allegation. The second is that if that allegation is proved true, then the next question is, why is India doing it? India is doing it simply because India thinks that every problem, every political problem is a law and order problem. So first they want to solve this within the Union of India, and now they attempted to go there in a third country and kill somebody whom they did not like. It's not going to work.
But India doesn't accept.
Yeah, I know, it will not. It cannot accept. How can India accept that one of their diplomats was involved in a murder? Today Canada is silent. Tomorrow it may come up with evidence and it will show it to the world. Then what will India do? Then India will be in a more difficult situation. These diplomats sending here and there is only a tit for tat for media consumption and for India to show that it's a big country and wants to become the Vishwa Guru and so on and so forth. You cannot become a Vishwa Guru by miscarriage of justice. It's going to affect everybody. Today we must understand, India must understand, and all other countries which are moving towards autocracy, to dictatorship must understand that a problem in one region will affect the world.
Yeah.
Afghanistan affected the whole world. A problem in Punjab, a problem in Tamil Nadu will affect South Asia. If it is affecting, then there will be no trade. Just imagine, and if you want to relate the incidents, first the trade talks between Canada and India were called off indefinitely. That was a signal for all political analysts and diplomats and the government of India to see that something is coming. But it has not been so. India, even after the event, India's reaction has not been a sober one. I personally think that there is a conflict going on in many areas of the world. We need to sit down and resolve that.
But did you accept the expressions from the Justin Trudeau on the parliament? Because you can see the relationship between India and Canada just a few weeks before only in G20 summit, they were both met and discuss about something.
But at the G20 also, he has said that he pointed it out to the government of India. He pointed it out to Prime Minister Narendra Modi that your government has killed my citizen on my soil.
Yeah, I can accept that, but he has a good relationship with Modi and India means he can discuss with him and resolve the problem. Why he told in the parliament to the world, what is the reason behind that?
Good relations means that India will have to accept it and initiate action. Every problem, India's reaction is, no, they are violent people. So when they want to challenge what Hardeep Singh Nijjar was doing as a Canadian citizen, peacefully fighting for the right to self-determination of the people of Punjab, they would say, no, when he was in Punjab, he was a terrorist.
India thought he was a separatist.
What is wrong in being a peaceful separatist? In Canada, they have given the right to the people of Quebec to have an election to decide whether they want to separate or not. Quebec did not separate because they did not win the election. Peacefully, you can proclaim anything in Canada. Anything.
But it will affect the India, right?
Human rights violations always affect the country which perpetuates human rights violations. If I am living in Canada or the US and my brother in Punjab is being harassed by the police, I should not raise my voice only because it will affect relationship between the two countries.
No.
I will have to stand up for my brother's rights and my own right.
Yeah.
The diaspora in Canada has gone from where? It's gone from Punjab.
Yes.
Many of them are those who have gone to save their lives from the terrorism, state terrorism in Punjab in the 80s and 90s of the last century. So they will continue. You have upset their life. You have upset their home and hearth. So when they settle down, naturally they will talk about their rights. Whether they will get their rights or not, when they will get their rights or not is a different matter. But you cannot suppress peaceful expression. And India thinks that, it's very easy for them to stop dissent. So it should be easy for other countries also to do so. It won't happen that way. It will become more critical because now there is a group, just like G20, there is a group called Five Eyes. United States, UK and Australia. They have also expressed deep concern at the statement of the Canadian Prime Minister. Canada is not only saying it in the parliament, but it is also briefing these countries that look, I have this material. A big media exercise in Delhi, a huge campaign of spending 4,200 crores for G20 is not going to help if you are not truthful about it.
They told that Justin Trudeau is doing these things because for only the 6 votes for him.
Yes. Suppose he is doing that. What are you doing? You are building the Ram Mandir temple in Ayodhya and you will now time it just 1 month before the elections. You are doing it for votes. You bring legislation against the Muslims. You do it for votes in Uttar Pradesh. Political expediency is always associated. It is very easy to say, he is not concerned about anything, he only wants votes. Okay, then you prove that you did not kill Nijjar. You prove that and you ensure that he doesn't get Sikh votes. The point is that this is just like saying that, when we don't have anything to say, we say that, look, they are doing it only for political maneuvering. That's no answer. That is no response. That is a very weak statement. The Indian media very easily props up whenever any such situation arises.
Because they doesn't have any evidence.
Everybody has politics in their mind. But everybody does not do it only from the point of view that if I do this, I'll get votes and therefore I should be saying it. Everybody doesn't do that. And I don't buy this argument that Justin Trudeau has done this only for votes. So when he came to Darbar Sahib, Golden Temple, even then the whole Indian media and the political leadership was saying he came to Punjab, his wife and children are wearing the Punjabi dress because they want votes in Punjab, in Canada. How is that related? You can't equate it in this manner.
Upcoming election is 2024 election. So you can see the developments of the two alliance. NDA alliance is one side and one side is India alliance. So what's your opinion on the India alliance and how you evaluate the India alliance and their strongness?
I personally think that the INDIA alliance will have to demonstrate its unity on the eve of elections when the constituencies are allotted to the respective participants of the whole group. And I fear that it is then that it may start collapsing or collapse, which will be to the advantage of the ruling party. Having said that, I am an advocate of autonomy and true federalism. And I personally think that there should be a third group emerging in many states, in all states, to counter these two forces. It's my perception that the political philosophy of the BJP and that of the participants of the INDIA group are not much different from each other. There's no radical difference of opinion. Each of them in the past has followed the same kind of exclusivity approach which the BJP is today following. BJP is at its worst. They did not go to that extent. But there is no major change with respect to the core policies.
But you have only two options, right, sir? You have two options, the greater evil and lesser evil. You should choose the lesser evil, right?
Yes. It's very easy. Once again, as I was telling you about Justin Trudeau and Sikh votes, this lesser evil and bigger evil approach is also a negative one. Democracy means allowing everybody to contest. If Nam Tamilar Kachi wants to have this approach that it is anti-BJP, it is anti-India alliance, Nam Tamilar Kachi should have the democratic right to stand up and prove itself. If the people want them to come to power, they will. Because, as I said, India is a union of states. This attempt to have lesser, bigger evil means that we again want to strengthen the center to the detriment of the local, of the states, and this is almost accepting the BJP's philosophy of one country, one language, one culture, one election, one vote, one party. The states must get powers. The third front, the fourth front, if I'm an individual, I'm independent. I don't support a party, any party for that matter, and I want to contest elections. So you will say, no, you should choose lesser evil, bigger evil. If you want to contest, try and get India's ticket or try and get BJP's ticket. But don't spoil the show by decreasing somebody's votes.
If you stand by alone means you will be the B team of the BJP.
Yeah,
you will be the spoiler of this India alliance. That is the allegation.
Yeah, they will always come up with, if Simranjeet Singh Mann in Punjab contests elections, right? The Akali Dal will say he's an agent of the Congress, right? Now when he stood for elections in Sangrur, the Aam Aadmi Party said He is an agent of both the Akali Dal, the Congress, and he is a separatist, he is this, he is that. But he won the election. He became a member parliament. People decide. Let people decide. You cannot, you see, this club approach that, join the club and then fight a bigger club is not democracy. I know, if you say that, they will come up with allegations like spoiler and
Because
so
you are
on.
going to separate the votes.
Yeah.
One set of group is anti-BJP mindset. They will not go to the BJP India alliance. They are planning, okay, we can go to India alliance. Now you came up there, I will against the both India and India alliance means the India alliance will lose. You can get the votes, but the winner is India alliance. So where you stand? You are the spoiler, right?
I did not come up with the India alliance. I was already there. India alliance has now come up. I was already there. I have been talking about Nam Tamilar Kachi was here in Tamil Nadu for the last so many years. The India alliance is only a newborn baby, and we don't even know whether it will survive or whether it will not. So it is for let people decide whether they want to honor a newborn baby or somebody who has been working for them for the last so many years. You see, the point that you have to understand is, in European countries, there are 9-party coalition governments. 9 political parties join hands to make a coalition government. In Canada, Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister because his party has a majority of seats, but it is still a coalition government. So the challenges of coalition government will always remain, but the price of democracy will have to be paid. This is the price of democracy, that you have to allow everybody to contest.
I can understand the rights of their party to stand alone in the elections.
Yes.
But if he stand alone, and even he wants the 40 seats in Tamil Nadu, okay, what will be the change in India? If the India alliance has not come?
We are worried more about the change at the state level, at the federal level. We want to push our own rights. I cannot compromise my rights at the altar of a bigger right. I cannot do that. My rights are more important. My existence is more important. My status is more important. And there is no other way in democracy except to stand like this. There is no other way. I cannot compromise the situation by saying, okay, I surrender and now I have only 2 choices, whether I go to a choice A or to choice B. I don't even know whether a choice A will stand up till the elections are announced. We don't even know that. So it is wrong to force this choice on the people. Let the people decide. Give them a free run. Let them decide as to whether they want A or B, or they think that the emerging C should be or will be a better party.
Shiv Sena is there and Mamata Banerjee is there. DMK is also there. So because some other more different type of ideologies also is combining together means, why others? Why others not combine? That is my question.
Once again, see, you are still fixated at the point that because everybody is coming together.
To anti-BJP, anti-NDA.
That's okay. That once again, as I said, informally when we were talking, this is a campaign against a party or group is a negative campaign. These people should say, that this is what we stand for.
They are against one nation, one election. They are against the Modi's Hindu Rashtra concept. They are against BJP's Hindutva concept.
That is once again only that's man. No? What else do they stand for? You see, the basic question is what I want to repeat and reiterate. It's my right to contest.
I can accept.
That's it. Rest, making a choice, I am of the strong opinion that number 1, we are a federation. Number 2, every political party has the right to contest. Regional forces, when they become stronger, right, they will be able to give more defeat proper defeat to such forces like the BJP, and therefore they should be allowed. And last but not the least, right to democracy is even to independence. So we cannot say that, look, please don't contest. If you contest, you will take away 1,000 votes, and it's possible that A or B may lose by 1,000 votes. Please don't do that. No, we can't say that. We have to allow democracy to function.
My final question, what's your opinion on the Uniform Civil Code? Because the government is going to discussions about the Uniform Civil Code, right? So what's your opinion? Because they are saying Sikhs are also Hindus, and but so many people like you also, this will affect the Hindus first of all. So what is your opinion on this?
This is not a uniform civil code, it's a unification civil code.
Unification.
Unification.
Okay. Nice word.
Yes. They say that, forget your own identity, merge with a major identity. The RSS chief enters Punjab. One evening before that, issues a statement from Delhi, Sikhs are Hindus. The second RSS leader says they are born to protect Hindus. They don't have their own individual existence. Article 25B2 says that Sikhs should be perceived as Hindus. I want to marry. Now, only now, just a few years ago, I have my Anand Marriage Act. Earlier, I had to marry under the Hindu Marriage Act. If I want to divorce, if I want to file succession papers, adoption papers, today also I have to do it under the Hindu Marriage Act. There are no separate laws for Sikhs. I am now of the strong opinion, and I have let this unfold to my community. We have started a movement that I want a Sikh personal law.
Sikhs are not Hindus.
Sikhs are not Hindus. How can Sikhs be Hindus? Sikhs are a separate nation. We have got everything. Guru Nanak's first proclamation was, I am neither a Muslim nor a Hindu. And when we got this exterior form by the 10th Guru, we were clearly told, so long as you remain unique and distinct, you will get the blessings of the Gurus and the God Almighty. The moment you merge with somebody else, you lose everything.
But they are saying that in the Constitution, Directive Principles of State Policy itself, the father of the Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar, is also mentioned that Uniform Civil Code.
The directive principles say, the founders said that the government or the state must endeavor to implement the
UCC.
Endeavor.
Okay.
Gradually endeavor. Gradually take steps to implement. Now, there are so many issues mentioned in the directive principles. What about food for all? Have we implemented? Out of 195 countries, we are 176th. We don't give adequate food to our people.
India is a big country. 140 crore people are there.
So a country which cannot guarantee food has no business to send Chandrayaan 3 to the skies, has no business to talk about uniformity. The parliamentary chairperson Sushil Modi says, we will have a uniform civil code, but we will leave aside tribes from the northeast. Of course, you will have to leave the tribes from the northeast. They have their distinct customs. They have their distinct traditions. Every 4 villages, the custom changes in Manipur and Nagaland. So you can't force down their throat that you will have to accept this. You don't honor what you say. Prepared a framework agreement in 2015 with Nagaland, in the presence of the Prime Minister of the country. You're not honoring it. 8 years have gone by. In the Rajiv Longawal Accord, way back in the 80s of the last century, you said that Chandigarh will be given to Punjab. Rights to waters of Punjab will be of Punjab only. You've not honored it. Why should I accept anything that you say? The history has been that you have been cheating us. You have been resorting to everything to delay honoring your promises made. So the question of the Uniform Civil Code is a method to suppress. We are worried about Muslim women. What about Manipuri women? Why are you not talking about their rights? You've not spoken a word so far. You've not removed the chief minister. You had the audacity to register a case against the team which went there to do investigation. What kind of a democratic setup are we living in? You don't allow media channels. You twist the arm of Twitter, now X, say close this account, close that account. There are at least a good number of accounts in Punjab of various political parties as well as media groups which have been shut down. And then you accuse either Canada or any other country for raking up issues. Put your house in order. India has to put its house in order. Is this an excuse that India is a big country, therefore it cannot give food for its people? No. It's not an excuse. Is this an excuse that the right to housing should be given? You find our people still on the streets after. How can I celebrate 75 years with people on the streets? How can I accept the fact that education today or health today, I see a proliferation of hospitals around Chennai, all with huge glass houses, etc. So I asked my friend who was, my host, moving around the city. I said, how many of these are accessible to the poor? The health system in government hospitals, whether it is Nagaland or whether it is Delhi or whether it is Punjab, is the same. It's almost the same. It's bad. It's really bad by and large. Everybody wants to save some money that if something happens, my child will not have to go or my wife will not have to go to a government hospital. We should save enough money to get them treated in a private hospital. Right? So, right to health, that is also directive principles of state policy. Basic, you first solve the basic issues and then you engage. I mean, if you want a uniform, all countries of the world have it. They have evolved it over a period of time through discussion, through debate, through question answer sessions with communities. But you want to, hold it and put it down my throat. No, take this. And if you don't take it, we'll tie up you and inject it into you.
They put a commission for that and they asked.
The commission in its report has clearly said, the sixth law commission has categorically stated that there is no need for a uniform civil code. It is neither necessary nor implementable. Now, why suddenly the 7th Law Commission has come up? The 7th Law Commission has received 1 million responses. How will it process it? When it will process it? How will it engage with women from all communities? How do you know that whether Sikh women are being discriminated against or not? You don't know under the existing laws. Unless you know, how will you correct it? The bottom line in this should be, this is my opinion, a very strong opinion coming from the Sikhs also. India is quote unquote a secular country. Whether it practices what it professes or not is a separate point. But even what it professes, if it is, please keep away from religious domain of other communities. Please don't enter into my bedroom and like Uttarakhand tell me that you can have only 2 children. The Uttarakhand proposal of the Uniform Civil Code says you cannot have more. If you have more than 2 children, you will not get state benefits. The Uniform Civil Code in Goa says that if a Hindu cannot get a child in 3 years from his wife, he has got the right to divorce her and marry again. Legal right. Who's cheating whom?
Right question.
So we don't need the Uniform Civil Code. We will oppose it tooth and nail. We'll come out on the streets. We will use all power at our command, both as the Sikhs as well as bring all the communities, minorities on one platform and fight this.
Thanks for your time and thanks for your valuable comments for my questions. And it's a very great pleasure to interview you for this platform, Fourth Estate Tamil. Thanks for your coming, sir.
Thank you very much. I hope that the Tamil people will continue to fight for their rights, and the Sikhs and Tamils will come together and ensure that justice to the people to whom justice belongs is delivered. I want that individuals in the Rajiv Gandhi case must be sent back to their respective countries at their earliest. The refugee camp here in Chennai must become more open. Some special facilities must be given to them. All political prisoners in the country, all who have completed their terms or against whom trial has not begun for 5 years and 10 years, must be released. Institutionalized injustice through politics, through the executive, or through the judiciary must end. Human rights of everybody must be honored. Mika Nandri.
நண்பர்களே, மீண்டும் ஒரு சிறப்பு சந்திக்கலாம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.